Welcome to A2Newtech 2013. I always like to ask, whose first A2Newtech is this? I see some familiar faces, but okay, wow, all right, a few new people as well, including some of our presenters, I guess. So the point of A2Newtech is twofold. We are giving area entrepreneurs a chance to present their company, practice their pitch, let the community know about what they're doing. And then on the flip side of that, we, the community, have a chance to learn from these entrepreneurs' experience and to also give them feedback on their idea in the form of a question and answer session. So the basic format is that we have 5 presenters. Each presenter has 5 minutes to present, and then we have 5 minutes Q&A that we do with them. And our first group presenting tonight is A2Tech Hub. So without further ado.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Miguel-Cipriano, and I'm representing A2Tech Hub tonight. Sorry, it's not so much of a pitch, it's a place, but your questions are still going to be welcome. So, let's go ahead. So, who we are? These are the companies that right now are at A2Tech Hub. We're located in the McKinley Executive Center, down South State. And take number 36 bus. Drops you up right in front there. So we've got Marifold, Clovey, Optimized Mingo, Open Field, and we've got some freelance people coming into the space. Who we are, our friends. Just a little bit of that. Yeah. So myself, I jumped into the space and learned a whole lot. I had an idea, my own startup, Open Field, and I graduated medical anthropologist. And I don't know anything about programming, back end, front end, nothing. And through the space, I learned a lot, teaching myself now, to get my own idea moving forward. So that's kind of, that represents the idea of the space, is that we're getting together and we're learning from each other. It's not for everybody, but the people that we do have here at the space, we're learning a lot from each other, and we're sharing not only like networks, but we're sharing ideas, we're co-working on small projects, whether it's business ideas or just, weekend projects. Why we're doing it, it's hard to describe. It's like saying, why are you? We like to work, we like to play, we like to do that often, and we don't stop from the morning, the time we get up till we go to sleep. So that's what we have the space. So that we can get up at a moment's notice, go to the next office, talk to Clovey, see what they're working on, jump over to Mingle, see what how they're launching yet. So simple. And again, like I said, it was gonna be short and sweet. So there we go. It's our space down at 2245 South State, and open for questions.
Use the button on your desk when you talk.
Oh yeah, there's these, every other person has this like little puck thing. If you push and hold the 01 button, it'll turn red, and then you can be on the message. No, you can be on the record, so you can be included in our live broadcast. So does anyone have any questions about A2Tech Hub?
Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your name again?
Ken.
Ken. Okay. Hello, audience. Can you hear me?
Yes.
This is the button right now. I was wondering, for the companies that are in A2Tech Hub, when did they or will they present at A2Newtech?
Sorry, when did they what?
When did they or will they present at A2Newtech?
Oh,
Maryville has presented.
Yeah,
so
it's
So yeah, here's your answer right there. Mingle, I know Mingle's still working on their launch. So I know Oz, you couldn't make it tonight. I know you wanted to, but everybody except for myself is getting close to launch. I'd say within a month, 2 months. I'm way far away. I'm in the idea stage.
Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Okay, so I guess it wasn't entirely transparent to me what A2Tech Hub is. Is it just collaboration between companies and you guys just work on projects together?
Yeah, it's like a co-working space.
Okay, okay. It wasn't entirely clear to me, so.
Oh, man.
It's
What
just
was your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam.
it's just shared space though, right? Your individual companies.
Yeah, individual companies, it's a shared space. Any other questions?
Is there anyone quote unquote running the space, or are you just a democracy of companies? Or is there-
Yeah. We're not getting democracy. Nobody really runs the space. But we're just looking for more people. If they want to join us, if it's not your thing, then that's all right too.
I have another question, but I want to make sure the audience
Right
is.
there.
Yeah, do you have a cost per desk, or what's your cost structure like?
Yeah, so that's why I began with kind of saying like it's not like a pitch for a business really, because we're not necessarily at that part. No one's really trying to make any money off of this.
No, but if I
Yeah,
moved into
if you want to come in, right now we're going to renegotiate, and we're looking at around $100 per company.
Was that like for one desk, or?
You get it off.
Perhaps, I don't know, per month?
Yeah, per month. That's it per month.
Very
There's only a few offices open.
First come, first serve.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Way back there.
More than that a month.
Do you have any meetups at that space, kind of like Beer 30 and Tech Art, so that we can stop by and not feel like stalkers or burglars?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Go ahead and email us. It's just A2TechHub at Gmail, and yeah, we'll show you around anytime. We're doing a couple showings this week, so if you want to join.
There was an event hosted there back in December.
Yeah, we had a CPA coming through. We're looking to maybe host a Michigan Hackers Night, possibly, and just a couple other events we're looking to share the space with. Anything else?
I did have another question actually. So sort of the elephant in the room, right? There are many co-working spaces now in Ann Arbor. For students, there's the Tech Art, there's the Tech Brewery, there's also Worktile Exchange, which is focused maybe a little bit more on 1099, people who are working more independently.
Yep.
So what is it that really makes Tech Hub, what defines you?
Okay, yeah. Well, unlike Tech Brewery, we're at the bus right away. Take the 36, drops you right in front there. So that kind of eliminates a lot. Worktile, I think it's still at 175, and that's per desk. And I think it's what is that, 4-day access?
I'm not
Something
sure.
like that. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm Tom Brandt. I'm one of the co-owners of Workintile. There are really two membership levels. There's the full membership, which is $175 a month, and that's 24/7 access to the space, so it's unlimited access. The affiliate level is $49 a month, and that's 4 days a month that you can get. Then you can, if you have additional days, that's $15 a day. So that's the pricing.
And so like the Tech Brewery, are you focused exclusively on technology startups, or if someone is, I don't know, doing a screen printing company but needs someplace to host their offices, would that be
Well, that's been the flavor for many years now. It's like everything's mobile, web. So, but we're not opposed to anybody coming in with a different kind of idea and coming in and sharing space. But well, we're just a different flavor. If Workintile works for you, that's great. Tech Brewery, there's an application. It's not really an application with us. You just come and talk to us. If you like what you see, come on and join us.
awesome? Thank you so much. Okay, let's see here. Yes, we've got Larky on deck. I wanted to make sure to thank our sponsors. In the middle of 2012, we had a bit of a crisis. A2Newtech was homeless. The entrepreneurship clinic at the University of Michigan Law School was extremely kind in helping us find this space that is not quite standing room only this meeting, but that we're doing a pretty good job filling. So I wanted to make sure I had a chance to thank them. Also, there's this sort of meta organization in town called A2Geeks. If you've been to a A2Newtech before, you probably heard me talk about it. It's basically sort of an umbrella organization for a whole variety of tech events that are going on in downtown Ann Arbor. And so if you are looking for more information, please check out the website, a2geeks.org. How's it looking?
It's not so good.
Oh, no. So the projector is a little finicky and cuts out a little bit of the edge. That looks good to me.
Well, it's wider. Anybody know how to change that? Or we'll just
We'll just squint.
It'll be serious suffering, though, really. All right, that's cool.
At any rate, here's Andrew Beck from Larky.
Thanks, Zach. I'm actually just going to yell, because I have 3 kids, so I'm pretty good at that. And I usually like to walk around and we don't have a clicker. Does anybody have a clicker?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah?
I don't know if
Is it working on Mac? Is it USB?
it needs that.
Yeah.
You have to turn that.
Just turn my time on. Hot second. Really?
And turn it on.
Turn it on. Yep. Come on.
Try this one, John.
I think you do. Yeah. There we go. All right. Not going to start me over though, are you? My name is Andrew. I don't usually dress this formally or this awesome, but I have the utmost respect for all of you, so that's bullshit. I actually just had some visitors today. My partner is Greg Hammerman, and he couldn't make it today. With me, I do have Igor, who works for us. Greg and I co-founded TechStreet a long time ago. To us, it seems like yesterday, but to most people who tell us, like, no, dude, that was a long time ago. And then we sold that to Thomson Reuters, so we're pretty experienced technology entrepreneurs. We've been working together for about 10 years. And in general, we think big, and we scale very quickly. And in general, we're both very good executioners. So we know that great ideas are a dime a dozen. It's all about the execution, right? So raise your hand. Well, you can read that, right?
Sure.
Raise your hand if you've ever bought anything and later realized that you probably could have paid less by using some sort of membership discount you forgot you had. Anybody? Most of you? I mean, honestly, it's a rhetorical question because almost everybody nods their head and says, yeah, that's happened to me. That's a crappy feeling. It's actually happened to virtually everybody we talk to. Everybody says, yeah, why is that? The fact is that you're probably a member of one or more, many of these things. And if you are, then you probably deserve lots of discounts at these places. And chances are you're not getting any of them. So why are you not getting what you deserve? It really amounts to kind of a broken system for both consumers and the membership organizations who are doling out these perks and discounts. So for consumers, there are just too many perks to keep track of. We're all members of lots of different things. It amounts to low awareness. The redemptions are very difficult. I'm whizzing through this because I'm already halfway through my time. And for what it amounts to for consumers is money left on the table. So the onus is really on the consumer shoulders to figure it out and get what you deserve. The membership organizations also have a stake in this because they're using these perks and discounts to attract new members, to make you more, to build your loyalty in the membership, to increase the renewal rates, and also they get some royalties when you use those perks and discounts, for some of them. So they're using it to generate revenue. So if you, as a member, are not getting all that you deserve, if you're not using those perks and discounts, the organization is not really getting the maximum benefit because you're not getting the maximum benefit. They're probably not very effective at growing loyalty or renewal rates. And in general, they're also not getting much insight. The organizations are not getting much insight into what's working, what perks you're using, what you're not using, how much you're saving. Wouldn't it be nice if AAA could send you a renewal letter and say, oh, by the way, we see that you saved $372 this year using your AAA discount. Boom. Who wouldn't renew, right? For $75. Everybody would. So it's a pretty large market. In the US, there are about 115 million people who have between 1 and 3, who have more than one membership, and there are actually 65 million who have more than 3. There are about 200,000 membership organizations who use these kind of perks and discounts. So what we're doing is we are helping you get all the perks and discounts you deserve. So, get what you deserve. And what we do is we magically tell users what they deserve right at the point of need. Whether you are online, offline, mobile, web, calling on the phone, whatever it is, we're going to tell you, we're going to basically tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, Zach, you're entitled to this 20% discount. Here's the barcode. Here's what you need to do to redeem it. It's very simple. For the organizations, if we can get you to get more of your discounts, we help you save money. We attribute that to your membership. We link it to your membership. I should say emotionally. You know that the discounts come from your membership. You become more loyal. You increase your renewal rates for the organizations. That's what's in it for them. So to get real concrete about this, we do have an iPhone app. It should be in the App Store in, I'm going to say 60 days. That's with a lot of cushion. The core functionality of the mobile application is that it's location-based reminders. So you're walking around town, it's going to tell you when you have something available, and it also has a pull feature so you can browse what's available nearby, here, Chicago, wherever you want. I will just breeze through this and I'll go to the last slide. There's a much bigger vision, we'll just say that. We have seed funding, we are launching this quarter, and that orange line at the bottom, we're looking for software developers. Really awesome software developers. So we call this serendipitous delight. You're walking around town, all of a sudden you walk into a store, you're expecting to pay $100 for something, and Larky tells you, oh, you get a 20% discount. Somebody just handed you $20. It's serendipitous delight. So if you want to make serendipity with us, see what it's all about, sign up at larky.com. It's totally free for consumers. And if you are a software developer and you want to build something awesome that actually delivers value to people, then come talk to us about a job. And we have job descriptions over here. I'm not going to be able to stay much longer after the last presentation, but Igor will, and he'll be doing shots at Pizza House with you. Thank you.
Well, Q&A time, actually. Don't go anywhere.
I'm just handing it back.
Okay. Yeah, so questions for Larky.
Consumer acquisition strategy.
Pardon me?
Consumer acquisition strategy.
Consumer acquisition strategy. So basically two primary channels. One is we are going to market to consumers at large, really focusing on frugal shoppers. So we have a list of 300 mommy bloggers and coupon bloggers. And so really going to consumers at large, targeting people who want to save money. And then also we're working directly with the membership organizations. So for example, today we had a meeting with the Michigan Association of Realtors. She was really impressed with that. And they have 22,000 members, a small organization, but they want to get all their members using it. So if we can get 22,000 members, boom, one deal, they get 22,000 members using it, all of them start logging on and using it, and they would be viewing their MAR perks and discounts, the Michigan Association all their other discounts, AAA and AARP and USAA and Costco and everything else. So we're talking to, from the largest to the smallest organizations, but professional associations, alumni organizations, cultural, retail, travel, on and on and on. And most of them are really receptive to the idea. So.
I'm not sure I believe in magic. What kind of technology are you using in terms of location-based? Is it a smartphone app? What do you?
There's no technology. It's just magic. Clearly, if we're looking for software developers, I'm not the tech guy. Basically, it's kind of a cocktail of the triangulation location-based services that are in the new iOS, as well as combined with sort of our proprietary location-based technology, which it's proprietary. There's nobody else using it, but it's not like patent pending or anything, so I can tell you more about it if you want. But basically, it's low battery consumption, and we're basing it on a radius which we can control, and then also we can change that radius if you're in based on density. So if you're in rural Iowa, you're going to have a larger. We're going to check for you a larger distance, a larger radius, than if you're in Midtown Manhattan.
How do you make money at this?
I knew somebody would ask that, so I didn't bother to put a slide. There are about 10 ways we can make money on it. We're starting with 2. One is that every time we push you to a transaction, and you actually transact something, so you go into Brooks Brothers, and I say, hey Zach, because of your U of M alumni discount, you're entitled to this, because of your U of M alumni membership, you're entitled to this 20% discount. You buy a suit for $500, you save $100. Brooks Brothers will actually pay us a slice of that. So mobile transactions, online transactions, that's one way. And the other way is that the membership organizations will pay us for analytics data. So we're tracking lots of activity. No real private confidential activity, but how many alerts are you getting? How many alerts are you actually clicking on? Which perks are we actually using? Which perks are attractive to you? And then right down to granular member level data. For example, how much money have you personally saved using your AAA perks or your MAR perks? So most organizations have very little insight into that, and they'll pay for that.
How are you? I'm still confused on who your customer really is.
Well, that's a good point. For consumers, it's completely free, so everybody in this room can sign up for free. They're not paying anything. Merchants will pay a slice of revenue from, slice of commission from any transactions that are facilitated through the service. So merchants they're not really a customer. They're paying us, it's an affiliate commission. Okay. The organizations, the membership organizations, AAA, AARP, USAA, Costco, U of M Alumni Association, the 479 largest alumni associations in the country, ASME, IEEE, all of those will pay for analytics data. So they're customers.
You're selling them analytics data?
Correct.
So how do you track whether the person has used it or not?
I mean, it's a longer answer than the 31 seconds I have, but I mean, there's some functionality within the app and the website where they can confirm that they used it. So
it's not a major departure from TechStreet.
It's not a major departure from TechStreet? Jeez, it would be nice if it were not a major departure from TechStreet. I mean, no offense to you. TechStreet was our former business. It was strictly B2B. This is almost entirely B2C. Oh, with the organizations.
With the
sure.
organizations.
Yes, we do have that competency, yeah. Yeah,
that's your client base.
That's our client base, yeah. I was sort of like signed because it feels like we're novices because now we're going out to consumers and it's a whole different world. So, but yeah, there's that similarity, yeah.
Awesome, thank you so much, Andrew. This mic here. Okay. Someone reminded me today that this is, roughly speaking, the 4-year anniversary of A2Newtech. Well, I think the only one I could find was February 2000. Yeah, February 2009. Maybe it was. If it was, it wasn't written down. Anyway, over the past 4 years, we've had 164 companies present. Not many other companies presenting today. And last year we had 40 companies present. So I thought that was just worth reflecting on briefly. Especially we need to kill time between the presentations. And then after this presentation, we're going to have some time for community announcements. And so if you have community announcements, please be ready to do those. All right, what do you guys think? Ready? Yep. Okay, it's my pleasure to introduce MyFab 5.
Thank you. And where's the time up there? Hi everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Omeid, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of MyFab 5. And our company is improving the way people find and review local businesses. My co-founders, John, Will Bronson, and Calvin, are here today. Feel free to talk to us afterwards. Today we're going to talk about the problem with star reviews, the MyFab 5 solution, where our company is now, and then we'll take your questions. So just about me so you understand why I started this company. I studied at Ross, my undergrad degree, trained to be a consultant. My reward was working in a big city, Chicago, in a big building, but I was just making recommendations. That's what consultants do. And you know, I always crave thin crust pizza, but it's really hard to find in Chicago. So this is a big problem for me. So my solution was leave consulting, leave Chicago, come back to Ann Arbor to start a business. I'm currently working in this parking garage, also known as Tech Arp, and we're doing some big things. So let me talk about the problem we are solving. The problem is aggregated reviews are not useful in making quick decisions. So what do I mean? If you go to Yelp and you search for pizza in Ann Arbor, this is what you're going to see. Now the list, it's all very similar. 3.5 stars, 4.5 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. And if I ask you which place is best for deep dish, for thin crust, for cheesy bread, you would struggle to answer this question without clicking on a business, reading some reviews, figuring out what it's good for, then you find the one that you like the most, and then you go to it. Time-consuming process. Especially when individual reviews look like this. They bury the information that's useful to you. So after reading this long review, you'll see that this person likes the deep dish pizza at Pizza House, and they have a lot of other great menu items. And there's a lot of different reasons somebody could rate a place highly or low. So as you can see, Abraham Lincoln really doesn't like the Ford Theater. He got murdered. Now, there are a bunch of other problems too. I'll try to go through them quickly. Star reviews in general, Pizza House and Jimmy John's and Chop House can have the same 5-star rating. The more times that your business is reviewed, the more likely it is to be 3.8 stars. Also, there's not a lot of consistency. If me and my friend both think Great Plains Burger has the best burgers in Ann Arbor, I might give it 5 stars, a friend might give it 4 stars. And finally, reviewing isn't naturally social. So I've used Yelp for 4 years, never once left a review, and I guarantee you 99% of people in here are the same exact way. And the reason is because we don't think that way. You know, what's 4 stars, what's 5 stars, how do I decide what to do here? I have to write a huge paragraph. You might as well go do your homework or something else. So it's not naturally social. So our hypothesis was that people don't actually demand star reviews. What they actually demand is information that will help them make a decision. And when you look at reviews that way, they can be done differently. So what is our solution? Our solution is content that is easy to create, understand, and use. So here we have a ranking by one of my friends, and he is ranking his favorite burgers in Ann Arbor. As you can see, he really likes all these places, and he's recommending them specifically for burgers. And if you were to ask him which place he likes the most, well, you could just read this and you could figure it out. Now, with a review to do this on Yelp, you would have to read 5 of his separate reviews, read each one, see what he likes about each place, and you still would not know which one he likes the best. So we also found that people want to talk about individual businesses, so we have our own version of reviews. What people do is they select a business and then say what specific food categories it's great for. So Great Plains Burgers, great for burgers, Buffalo Burgers, milkshakes. So what happens next is we aggregate this data. We can see how much people like places for different types of food. So when you search for pizza on MyFab5, what you'll see is something like this. Not only will you see the best places overall, but if you look at Silvio's, for example, although it's number 3 for pizza, it's number 1 for thin crust pizza. So as a consumer, I will not click on Pizza House because I don't like deep dish, I like thin crust. I will go straight there, already saving time. Now the team that brought you this here is myself, Calvin, John. We also have Nick Ruff, who is currently a student. And then we also have Pratik, who is also a student helping us. So where are we now? Right now we are finishing the current versions of the website, having a new version being launched tonight. Our iOS app is under works. We're gaining traction in Michigan, we're going to go to Chicago soon. We're finishing our concept testing and development of our first revenue-generating product by talking to local restaurants. We have some interesting things that we're going to be pursuing. Now, this is a short-term revenue generation. In the long term, we have different sources of revenue. And we're going to be raising our seed round of funding to help us speed up development and market penetration. Now, our ask for you tonight is, you can visit our site tonight, and you can visit it tomorrow. You're going to see some differences. We would love for you to actually use our site. Go and check it out every once in a while. We're always making updates. We have some big improvements tonight, but also next time you're going out, use it. Give us some feedback. We would really appreciate it. And that's why we're here today, to ask you to do that. Yeah.
How do you keep up on the categories for each separate type of business?
So that's all done on the back end. What we actually currently let users do is create any category they want. I'm not sure how long we're going to do that. The reason why we let users create categories is because certain types of foodies have creativity and understanding of food that we don't have, so somebody who understands Vietnamese food understands it better. Right now, categories, the main problem we're finding is you want to keep it clean. If there's 2 similar categories, you want to keep them combined, so we're trying to develop some artificial intelligence to help us handle keeping the data clean. But we don't, everything else is handled on the back end.
And this is food only?
Currently it's food only, and it's probably going to be food only for the foreseeable future. We just want to provide a consistent user experience. There's been other startups like Oink, started by Kevin Rose, and the consistent problem they face is, somebody like myself might be going to the app for food, and then you're going to see some random lady talking about all of her favorite shoes and clothes places. So we're going to target food first, try to prove out the value of rankings, our system, show the value, and then possibly go into new categories.
Yeah, a quick question. Normally people have a tendency to complain about things rather than compliment things, right? So how do you adjust for people trying to, I had a really bad experience at this restaurant, and just trashing it?
Yeah, so that's actually another problem that we've been trying to solve. What we found in our research is when people search for a pizza place or any type of restaurant, they want to find the best restaurant for that type of food. And we don't need to know what's bad to know what's great. So on our site, you don't talk about the places you hate. And in fact, if you're going to spend a minute or 2 to rank the places you hate, you might as well rank the places you love. So on our site, we really don't have a way to talk about the places you hate. Now, you could create a category that might be bad, like maybe like shit sandwiches or something like that. So we're also working on ways to prevent that. So, yeah. Yeah, you're next. Okay, go ahead.
What's the first revenue generating product?
So we've been talking to restaurants, and one of the greatest sources of new customers is word of mouth. So on our platform, we're already trying to figure out how to get people talking about restaurants more, but what we've identified is a lot of restaurants wish people knew more about the different menu items they have. So I mean, that's how you drive incremental sales. If your customer that's coming to you all the time knows that you have great cocktails, for example, or knows that this dish they never tried is really great. So what we're trying to do right now is we found some demand for this, and we're still seeing if it's worth pursuing, but a more interactive and useful menu, one that can be integrated onto a business's site, which can help them drive incremental sales through social network integration, and really just helping people know what's really good at that restaurant. So that's an opportunity we've identified, and one that we may pursue in the short run.
How do you promote adoption?
So there's two ways that we're going to start promoting adoption. So far we have not been really marketing, we've been trying to focus on product. We recently added our technical co-founder, so now that we've kind of got things starting to stabilize on the technical side, we're going to start focusing on promotion. And the way we're going to do it is, one, if this idea of a social menu does take off, one that helps a business owner drive incremental sales, if that does take off, then we are going to get content created on a business's website, on a business's Facebook page. So businesses are actually going to tap into their most loyal customers and help us create content. The second way is there are a lot of people upset with Yelp, both businesses and individuals. Every week, if you go to Google News and you search Yelp, you're going to find new articles posted about why they're bad or why somebody's upset with them. So we've been building these lists of these bloggers and these news writers and all this stuff, and we're going to start reaching out to them, reaching out to these businesses specifically that are petitioning, and really just start talking to those people, in addition to talking to foodies and bloggers and that kind of stuff. So we really hope that we can use businesses, though, to create content. So because if we can make money from providing them a product, and in turn they're actually giving us content that we can put on our site and make more money off of, that's the ideal situation. Yeah?
Do you plan on implementing any sort of mechanisms to keep people from manipulating the ratings?
So, our opinion is that everybody deserves a vote. Yelp filters 1 in 5 reviews because of fake user problems. Right now, what we're trying to do is we're only allowing people to sign up with Facebook. Now that doesn't completely prevent fake users, but it does help us out. So if we have a fake user problem, Facebook has this fake user problem, so we hope that they're going to take care of that. That's just like one step that we're taking right now to ensure the integrity of our data.
Thank you. Community announcements? I don't know if anybody else has community announcements, if they want to come down here real quick.
Hi everyone. My name is Allison Christian. It's an event coming up called Startup Weekend in Ann Arbor. So how many of you guys have heard of Startup Weekend? Any? Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, for those of you that haven't, basically what Startup Weekend is, it's a 54-hour event that brings together about 130 people in one room over the course of a weekend to basically build the basis of a legitimate business. So it brings together professionals, students, grad students, people from all different backgrounds, skill sets, levels of experience, everything. And you just literally, you work on the actual business and the business plan, and you work on your customer validation at the same time. So how the weekend works is you'll come in on Friday, you'll pitch any ideas you have, you'll get to talk to everyone else, learn a little bit about what they've done before in the past, and form teams and get to work. And over the rest of the weekend, you'll just seriously get some shit done. And then at the end, you'll present it to a panel of judges, and you can win some prizes to help you continue your business after the weekend. So it's really a great opportunity for you to test out some new ideas you have, and to work with some different people that you haven't really met before, or even if you have, test out how that working relationship might work in case you're thinking about working with them in the future. It'd be a wonderful opportunity to see how that chemistry goes, which you don't get very often. So the event is February 1st through 3rd, just a couple weeks away, and tickets are on sale right now on our website, annarbor.startupweekend.org. And if you have any questions, please come talk to me afterwards, or you can look at our website.
You don't have to be a student to attend, right?
No, not all.
Okay,
Nope.
anyone can attend. Sweet. I think we have 2 more community announcements. You have about a minute. We want to make sure that we.
Hi everyone, my name is Will. I'm just here to tell you guys about the data dive that's coming up in February. This is run by a bunch of SI students. Basically, the idea is to get a bunch of data professionals, experts together for a weekend and work really hard for nonprofits who don't otherwise have access to data resources. So we're working with 4 nonprofits this year, and we'll be working on the weekend of February 8th and 9th. Just take a moment to check out our website, atdatadive.org. We've also got a pool tournament coming up on the 24th of January. Information on about that is also on the website. So stop by, come meet us. If you come on the 8th and 9th, we will feed you. It's a great chance to meet people. We're also setting up a bunch of mini workshops throughout the weekend to share skills. So if you are familiar with R but not SPSS, you can team up with somebody who is and learn from them. So check us out, a2datadive.org. Thanks.
Last semester, 25 Michigan hackers and we went to Penn for PennApps, this huge hackathon, and we kind of realized that this goes with this current story of talent leaving Michigan. So this semester we're going to be having the largest hackathon in the Midwest. Here at Michigan, we're bringing over 300 students from Pennsylvania, Illinois, Indiana, all over the country and Canada. And it's only a student hackathon, but we love support from the A2Newtech community. So if you know any ways that, that you can support this or put us in contact with the right people, that would be great. You can check us out on mhacks.org. Thank you.
Okay, and then now we have Learning to be Great, our fourth presenter.
Okay, thanks, Ed. Roger, do I need to use this?
Up to you. If you can talk loud enough, everybody can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me back there? All right, I'll use it. Hi, I'm Steve Gill, and this is Jim Stilwell, and we are co-founders of a company called Learning to be Great. We're both Luddites, so this is very scary to be in this room with all of you. But we're hoping that by the end of the presentation, when you hear about our company, maybe you've got some good ideas for us about technology and how to improve our company. Jim and I, between us, well, let me give you the location of the company, because I know you probably want to look for it. Some of you want to look for it immediately, so that's where we're located. Jim and I, between us, have about 200 years of consulting experience, and we thought that what was important to us was people like us need to want a place to publish the kinds of tools that we've built over our careers, that we've used with organizations for organizational improvement. We needed an outlet for those tools. And we needed a place, we thought what was needed was a place where users, people who want to use those tools, could find them easily and in a kind of just-in-time way. So that's what launched our company. And we've gone live just about a month ago, and we're working hard at slowly building the number of members of the company and users of the site. So the idea is to improve performance at the individual, the team, the whole organization, and community level, the way organizations, any kind of organization, nonprofit, business, government, interacts with the community. So it's getting the tools that people use to make those kinds of things happen, that kind of improvement, getting them available quickly, easily for people. So we want high quality, low cost, easy to use tools and make them available just in time. So for example, you're in a company and you're just about to do a performance review of somebody who reports to you, and you don't have a clue how to do a performance review. You could go to this site and quickly find a schedule or protocol for doing a performance review. That's the kind of thing that we're looking for. So we have two kinds of customers, so to speak, and if some of you may know John Baldoni, whose picture is here. He's a local writer, author, and expert on leadership. So he's a member, and some things that he's written are available from the site. And the other kind of customer are users who, again, need these tools, are looking for something, a survey, a model, a solution to a problem, and they can go to the site and find that. The benefits to our members are, one, that they become more visible and their products become more visible. So it's a way of marketing themselves. They're given a profile page, a web page on the site. They're also helped with their marketing because we're going to promote their products and them. And they belong to a community of authors, so they can exchange ideas with each other. And also there's a social responsibility element where we're going to donate a portion of all of our profits to a deserving charity, and that will be decided on each year with input from the members. The benefits to users are that they can quickly and easily, as I said, find the tools that they need, whether that's at the individual, group, whole organization, or community level, and get assistance in using those tools from the authors or from us. And also, again, to be socially responsible, because they'll know that a portion of what they pay for these tools, these products, that will go to a charity. The home page is this. So you can go here, and from here get either products that you want or information about the members. The store has the products organized by topics, so you can search this and find a product that fits what you're looking for. The member pages will have profiles about each of the members, and we're at about just 6 members right now who are have active products on the site, but we hope to grow that very quickly. Our market is huge, the potential market, and it's scary to think that there's 750,000 people like Jim and me around, but there are. And our marketing strategy will be to build a number of authors, build a number of users gradually, and we make money from members, memberships, from buying our products, and from eventually advertising and consulting. So I think my time is up, and we'd love to have questions, comments from you and learn from you. Thank you. So, questions, comments? What was he talking about? Yes?
What exactly are these tools that you referenced? Is it content? Yes. Is it a spreadsheet?
It could be both of those things, but typically it would be like a survey maybe that's used for to measure employee engagement in an organization. That's just one example. But it could be like a survey, a set of questions. It could be a model, which it could be a description of how organizations work or how teams work or how communities work in certain situations. Or it could be a solution. It could be steps to solving a problem. This is how you do a performance review. It has to be something that's downloadable, obviously. And what we're getting now is requested to post ebooks. So we have authors who have written books. They have it in an ebook format, and we can post that on the site too. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Yes?
How would you compete against the plethora of free information on the internet?
Through being able to find the documents, find what you need fairly quickly and easily by being organized like a library, through the quality of the documents, and I think that's the primary way. Jim, you want to add anything?
Yeah, so there are a number of authors who will be joining this site who are nationally known, and I think that by itself is going to give us at least some advantage to being able to promote these products.
I'm a consultant. I've been in this business many years, and I don't know where to find the tools that I need to do my work. I mean, it's hard. You can do it. I mean, you can do a Google search and start there and go on, but it's not easy. Yes?
Did I see on one of the slides that you basically have a transaction price for different tools?
Yes. So, and we've tried to keep the prices low, so that's part of it. I mean, these products are going to cost between $3 and $20. And that's another problem with a lot of the commercial sites. Their products are in the 200, 500, thousands of dollar range.
These days, it seems like almost everyone has some sort of marketplace. You know, there's like you can buy a book from Google Play, you can buy a book from Amazon. I don't know if you can buy a book from Apple. It wouldn't surprise me if you could. So why specifically are people coming to your site to get this specific content? Or is there some way to integrate with these other marketplaces so that you can use their wide reach, but then still have the transaction occurring on your platform?
Well, it's a good suggestion. I mean, it's something for us to think more about. It doesn't hurt if somebody's got a book on Kindle, for example, like an e-book on Kindle, Kindle publishing, which anybody, it's self-publishing, so anybody can put a book on Kindle, Kindle publishing. They can have it there, and they can have it on our site, and they can have it on their own website too. It's just to maximize their exposure. But if any of you have used Kindle publishing, I mean, you're going into, what, 80 million, I don't know how many, tens of millions of books, and it's hard to get noticed. There's only a few people that really make any money out of Kindle publishing. Yes?
I'm having difficulty in understanding on how you make, if I become a member and I have something, how are you making me more visible?
You have, actually, I'd like your feedback on that, but I think you become more visible by having your own web page on our site. So there's information about you. When users come to the site, they can find you. And then we'll promote your products as best we can through the site. It's just another way. I wouldn't make it your only place of visibility, but it's a way to enhance your visibility. Yes?
Is there a way how you preview the project? I'm sorry. Is there a way how you preview it before you purchase it?
That's a good question. So a lot of the products are there's a description of the product, but not the product itself. Yeah. And it's something, I don't have a really good answer. It's something that we're dealing with. A lot of the products, there's some things that are like 2 or 3 pages of text, and it would be hard to make that available without just giving them the product.
Excellent. I don't know if we have one more question. We can probably just go ahead.
I was just going to recommend, I know with Gartner Research, they have a way where if you pull out a document, because they're short documents as well, and if you don't like it, you can just put it back, and they'll give you like 5 of those per year. So that may be a way, if you have a membership site, to do that.
Good. Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll look at that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, last but not least, we have FarmLogs presenting. I understand just released version 2.0 on the website. There is one last piece of administrative business we need to take care of before our final presentation. So after the last presentation, usually people stick around for a while to mingle, ask some questions, you can connect with other people who have similar interests in the audience. But then Kyle, Chris, where's the A2Newtech after party? Pizza House? Who would go to a A2Newtech after party at Pizza House? Okay, some of us will be going to Pizza House after the mingling. So if you like Chicago style deep dish pizza, please join us at Pizza House after the presentation. Yeah, drinks. Okay, here's Jesse.
Thanks. Hey, I am Jesse Vollmar from FarmLogs. I am the CEO, and I've got some of the rest of my team with me here, my co-founder, and then our UX engineer, Sam. And we're doing something a little bit different. So we are focusing on bringing farm management online. So we're kind I myself grew up on a farm, but was kind of drawn to technology, and Brad's really similar. But at heart we're hackers, right? So we had a pretty interesting story. I'd love to tell you guys more about how we got here. Largely it revolves from being in the farming community and seeing some of their problems firsthand. So Brad and I decided, we would apply to Y Combinator and try to start our business through that. we were very fortunate to have been accepted and had a great experience there out in Silicon Valley. But we're from Michigan, and we wanted to come back and be here in Michigan and build a business here. So, right, we touched on that. And let's talk a little bit more about some of the challenges we're solving. So right now, farms are kind of living in the Stone Age. They have disorganized data, and most of that's offline. So the standard in farm management is on paper right now. Some of these guys are using spreadsheets to run their businesses, and that's just not fair. They should have better software. Oh, you guys probably like this. They actually pay to subscribe to this custom satellite terminal that brings them information for decision making on their farm. So we're trying to fix that. We're building farm software that has a little different approach, hopefully a little bit more modern take on it. And the first thing we do is help them organize information about their farm, the information that they need to look at to be able to make critical decisions, and make that process as painless as possible. And then help them learn from that data. So turn that into actionable intelligence that they can make decisions off of. So let's take a quick look. Hopefully we got app up. So this is us. Website hasn't been updated, but we just rolled out a new app. This is our dashboard. So we bring them relevant content to their area. We geolocate them and automatically display their weather and then pricing that they can find for their products in their local market. So it's customized to the 5 nearest buyers in their zip code. We plot their fields out on maps for them. They love seeing their fields on maps. We help them build plans to project out their financial risks and profit potential, so they really can get a handle on that. They're flying blind right now, so it's very hard for them to understand where their money is going and how much they're going to make off of those investments. And it takes almost a whole year turnaround time in a lot of cases to be able to see that. So we help them project that up front and then track and manage that progress throughout the year. And go ahead and bring up so we help them map out their crops that they're going to grow and then understand where the profit's coming from. Okay, we're getting cut off here a little bit. Sorry, this is bad resolution. But then one of the other things we do is pull in Chicago pricing so they can see what the futures markets are doing. This helps them make better decisions when selling their product. Bring in lots of relevant market news. It talks about what's going on in the markets and video commentary. And of course, we have activity logging. So this is where the farmer can understand how much they're actually spending on doing things on their farm. And that's really critical because they usually don't know that until the end of the year. So let's go back to the presentation. So what we're doing is actually bringing this industry that is primarily offline online. So there's a lot of interesting data that really excites us with FarmLogs and agricultural production information that we're able to aggregate. So it's pretty interesting that we can take this industry that, as you can see, is spread out all over the country, and these are our farms, by the way, and all over the world, and analyze this data and be able to turn it into something that's useful. So that's where we're starting at. There's actually a whole lot you can do once you build up this data and hit a critical threshold. And I'm not going to go through all these; it'll take too long. We don't have time. Seconds. Awesome. So, of course, like many others, we're looking for great talent. I think we've got a pretty fun team and some great people to possibly work with. If you're interested in that, talk to us. Great. Also, I have the best question asked, so I want to get once. You're okay.
So, how many farmers are there that you could sell to just in the U.S., and what is the one critical problem that you're solving for them?
Sure. So, 2 questions. The first one, how many farmers can we, build a solution for? Here in the U.S., we've kind of narrowed our focus on a very specific group. Row crop farms that have more than 100 acres of production. There's about 450,000 of those in the U.S. based on agricultural census data. There's a lot of room for expansion into other crops and then other markets. Globally, that number becomes much more expansive. Second question, can you remind
What is the one critical problem you're solving?
They don't have the information that they need to make decisions. So we take information from their own production so they can reflect back on that and analyze it and understand where their profit is coming from. And then we also bring in other information like local pricing so they can help them find the best place to sell their product. So let's take one from over here in the back.
It's interesting you mentioned the sort of the paper systems that they're on right now, and how do you want to push adoption? I mean it's not just a will, but you're also talking about an education for a whole new series of tools.
Yes, the interesting thing is they desperately want this. That's how we got started. So our users pushed us in this direction. We were working on other things, and people were asking us for this. And so, we've had a little bit of early traction with just people coming and trying to find something online and realizing that there's not really many great offerings out there. And so we're very relevant, and so people find us. Does that answer your question? In the back.
What other offerings are out there? Who are your competitors?
Sure. So there's some old desktop players like FarmWorks. They're made by a publicly traded company, Trimble, who focuses more on hardware. And then there's a few others. FarmLogs is one of them. Honestly, our competitor is not other software players yet. I'm sure there will be plenty as the market picks up. But we're competing against the spreadsheet paper.
So it sounds like it's designed somewhat for the individual or somewhat smaller farmer. How is it useful for the larger commercial farmers, and also how does it tie into the growers associations or co-ops, for cotton or citrus, and because it seems like they may help also the farmers make good decisions.
Yeah, so there's definitely people that farmers trust and work with, and we get people like them asking us all the time how they can use FarmLogs as part of their business. But right now we're focusing primarily on the grower themselves and going direct to them and helping them out. So I think you had another piece of the question I didn't answer.
The co-ops and the growers association, it seems like they would want to help provide the same information as you, so I was wondering if there's some tie-in to those kind of organizations like CowCot for cotton or...
Yeah, so our advantage is we bring in all the information. They might focus on one very specific piece of the puzzle, but we kind of unify that data so they can get all that information in one place. And as far as size of farms, we're actually good for all sizes of farms. So we actually just this last week had a massive farm sign up and upload tons of fields. And then we have tiny little operations that love the product and are definitely finding value in it.
So this is similar to the adoption question. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I'm probably going to insult the farmers in the room, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that farmers are not real tech savvy. So although they may want this desperately, it seems like the onboarding process is going to be painful for you and for them. How do you do it at low cost? How do you scale up with many, many customers?
One answer is that guy right there, Sam, brilliant at UX.
Yeah.
So creating very easy to use software that has a great onboarding process. The other answer is that there's younger people on the farm, even though the farm owner is typically a little bit older because it's very capital intensive and it takes a while to get established. They still hire younger people to come in and help them on the farm. And those guys have smartphones. They're using technology. They're customers. Can we take one more? Or?
Yep.
Right here.
So what's the revenue model? Are you guys profitable yet? How many customers?
Yeah, so we actually have paying customers. It's still small. We're just getting started, but growing.
So dots around the world were those customers?
Those were our customers, yes.
And so what is it, 100,000? What was the number of dots?
I can't really say right now, sorry.
So, but the point though is to charge each of those customers for use and access as opposed to selling information to Monsanto or working and getting an exchange of the actual product.
Yeah, it's a subscription model, so the farmers pay us. That's where we generate our revenue.
Thank you so much. Let's keep the conversation going, but I'm going to let people know. Well, you'll have to mob him for the prize, I guess. One last announcement. Okay, next month we'll be downstairs. This room was double booked, so we'll still be in the same building, but exactly one floor below.
One downstairs. Okay. Three quick things. I'm starting a video meetup group tomorrow night. If you're into video at all, let me know. ACE, Annual Collaboration for Entrepreneurship, is the 31st. They're looking for volunteers. You get in free, work for an hour or two, and then schmooze the rest of the time. It's normally $13. You get $18 worth of food, and then you get all the networking. And there's also, there's somebody starting up a nerd night in Ann Arbor. It's kind of like a moth for geeks, and that's next Thursday, I think.
Yeah, there's a Facebook event.
24th.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they did.
They're looking for people to actually talk, and they need somebody to video because I can't do it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Well done. This is the last one, I swear.
No. Well, we'll keep it open for announcements.
Okay.
Tomorrow, well not tomorrow, Thursday is also the Empire Career Fair. So if anyone's actually looking to get hired by startups, it's the biggest startup career fair we have really here. It's on campus. It's on the engineering campus, and although it's targeting students, it's probably okay to show up and harass people. Anyway, there's also the Economy Mobile Madness event. I'm getting speaking also, but it's in Detroit, also the same time frame. And so if you have any interest in mobile, that would be worth going to as well. Other announcements, Tech Breweries also has one office open now. Now that Duo moved his new office. So anyway, it's about 1,300 square feet. So if you have any interest in a 1,300 square feet office with a machine room, cool. Let me know. And
will you match A2Tech Hub's pricing?
No way. And Duo is hiring. If anyone else is hiring, raise your hand.
Oh my God, yes. Olark is hiring. Who else is hiring?
Liquid Web. So anyway, if you're looking, find someone who's raised their hand. But we're hiring for a lot of stuff, and we'll be at the career fair tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Doug. That's really it. Thank you, everyone.